Hello, fellow wanderers. I'm Endri, and thank you for joining me as we wander through some more Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic II, the Darkside run. Let's head up here, shall we? We need to go say hello to the Harbinger. Can't remember if it's this side or the other one. Looks like it was the other one. Well, my mistake. Press 4 there and we get our burst of speed. And this is where we're going to basically get introduced to the ethics system in the game. Or sorry, ethics is the bad way to put it. We've seen that. Companion favor.
Something is wrong. I sense no one on board.
You sense no one on board? Sense any assassin droids creeping up behind us like last time?
Everyone here has been slain, yet there are few signs of battle. No carbon scoring, no blast of fire. This place has been hit by assassins of a different sort.
Then what are we doing on this ship? We were better off in the facility. You two are supposed to be Jedi? You two are the worst Jedi I've ever met.
It's not too late to dump you back in the security room.
We cannot go back into the facility. If the assassin machine was correct, then we cannot reach the hangar. Be silent. I need some time to think.
I saw this vessel dock. When it did, a fuel pipe entered the fuel depot behind the force field.
Look, I don't mean to cast another shadow on this, but even if you could reach the ship you came in on, it wouldn't matter. You'll need the orbital drift charts to clear the Paragus asteroid field, unless you want to have the shortest flight out of Paragus ever recorded.
Well, if you've got an idea of another complaint, let's hear it.
The two of you, be silent.
I'd watch that imperious tone of yours. I'm losing patience with both of you.
We need a course of action, not division in our ranks. Otherwise, this ship will be our last stand.
Well, this ship's not going anywhere, unless it's got the drift charts.
Well, of course they have the asteroid drift charts in their navicomputer. They'd have to.
I think we can get there. Anyone see any problems with getting to the navicomputer?
Well, we'd have to get to the bridge. Well, that's the biggest problem I can see.
That is a sound plan for the moment. Let us go.
Now that you have a party, certain actions and dialogue responses will increase or decrease your influence with your companion, depending on their personalities. Some respect cruelty, while others may respect nobility, loyalty, cleverness, brute force, and so on. The higher your influence with a companion, the more your alignment affects theirs. An extreme high and low influence with a companion can open up additional dialogue choices. There are benefits to both, so treat them as you will.
Our enemies gather while we wait here.
Let's see here. Watch that tone, old woman. I will not be lectured by you.
Very well. I shall keep such thoughts to myself.
We gain Darkside. We lose influence with Kreia. Expect that to happen a lot. Kreia and this character not going to get along. Ever.
Just say the word. Let me take care of this.
Which, honestly,
I hear you.
is just fine by me.
I hear you.
We're going to be leading with Atten an awful lot in this section. Credits. Not all that useful.
Let me take care of this.
I believe we do get a little bit of XP every time we pick a lock, though, so it's not too bad. I was going to say, I know there's Sith assassins around here somewhere.
Time to even the...
Fortunately, the Sith assassins are actually kind of terrible.
Fallen.
Yep. Kind of terrible. So every now and then as we progress through here, we're going to get ambushed by them. More credits. Certainly does not hurt. Let's check the briefing logs.
We've been diverted from Onderon to the Outer Rim. There's not enough ships out there, and we're already hard-pressed to keep patrolling the regions under our jurisdiction. I'm afraid we're going to lose it all. There's just not enough ships and too much territory to cover. We're still rebuilding from the war with Malak, and sometimes I wonder if we'll ever recover. Still, we have our orders, and the Republic's put the highest priority on this mission. Looks like the trouble on Onderon will have to wait. As ordered, we've picked up the passengers from the Outer Rim and have made quarters for them. Once aboard, we've plotted a course for Telos. We expect to arrive within 10 standard days, provided there's no mishaps. I've been ordered to give the passenger no special treatment, nor make any indication of his identity. I have some reservations about turning the Harbinger into a passenger liner, but the orders were clear. Whoever this passenger is, he's got diplomatic level priority, whether he knows it or not. We picked up a distress signal and are sending a message to the Republic for permission to investigate. We have also transmitted the damaged vessel's ID signature to the Republic. According to the message, it's being pursued by Sith forces. There's no match for the vessel in our databanks, but the profile of the distress signal suggests it's a stock freighter of some kind. We'll only know for sure when we arrive, and we'll find out if the signal's genuine or a trap. We wanted to check with you, sir, before diverting course from Telos. There appears to be some battle that has taken place in the sector, and we've received a distress signal.
You have permission to divert course, Captain. If there's a Sith presence in the region, I want you to investigate. The ID signature on the freighter, did you get confirmation on it?
Yes, sir. We did not have the vessel listed in our databanks, so we transmitted the code to you. Was there a match?
There was, Captain. If you find any trace of that vessel, even wreckage, I want it.
Yes, sir.
After you've investigated the sector, resume course to Telos with the passenger. It is of the highest importance that he reach Telos.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure he arrives intact.
Good hunting, Captain. Admiral Onasi out.
Sometimes I wonder if the right hand of the Republic knows what the left hand is doing. I'm always being kept in the...
Query. You sent for me, Captain.
Yes, I need you to check on the passenger again, see if there's anything he needs. Try not to be too obvious about it. His safety is our top concern.
Statement. I shall use the utmost discretion, Captain. As always, it is my pleasure to serve.
Well, there you go. So the Ebon Hawk was being chased, sending out a distress signal and all that. Counts as one of the bonus objectives for this particular area. But if we go in here, we're going to get ambushed by more things. There you are. Yep, come on out.
Let us end this.
Over here, will you? There we go. Like, if I move, will you actually swing that sword that you've got? The answer is yes. Yes, he will. Like I
Damn
said,
thing's stuck.
gonna be seeing a lot.
Let me
of
take
that.
care of this. Pure Pazak.
There's an example of while the combat music is playing, you can fail checks that you would otherwise succeed while not in combat. It's not generally a big deal, although you're going to want to be wary of it.
Damn thing's stuck.
We can't go that way. Oh well. Anyway, be wary of it when you're dealing with mines. If you're trying to retrieve mines and you have a critical failure, you can pretty well blow yourself up. Yeah, so you can't even bash through that with the plasma cutter. Though we could cut through this door here that we're walking up to and the next door over. We could have opened those up with a plasma cutter if we wanted to. In fact, just for fun, I am going to check if we get XP for unlocking things, just to sate my own curiosity. Oh, this should seem familiar from earlier. This is where we saw Mr. Broken into Pieces. We have a ton of repair parts, so we're going to go ahead and repair. We're going to download the drift charts. Quite useful. And we're going to check the logs, and we've got a few more logs to watch.
We have taken on passengers to Telos.
Sir, we've just received an emergency broadcast. A freighter under attack by Sith forces.
Can you get an ID on the ship?
Yes, sir. We have its ID signature. It's not in our databanks, but its profile suggests some low-stock freighter. Says it's being hit hard by a Sith warship. Sir?
I'll need to confirm with command before we move to intercept. Report.
The Sith warship is empty, sir. We attached an umbilical and sent 3 strike teams through it, and there's no sign of a crew or its commander.
There's no one on board? What about the escape pods?
They're still in their berths, sir. This place, it's empty. It's like a ghost ship.
Then who was firing at the freighter?
We don't know, sir. The freighter's empty, too. We did a clean sweep and nothing except a lone T3 unit, badly damaged. Did you still want it tractor beamed to the Harbinger?
Search the freighter and the warship one more time. If they're clean, then we'll tractor the freighter over.
Yes, sir.
No idea why the Admiral thought that freighter worth all the effort, but we'll find out.
Everyone in the Ebon Hawk was dead, sir. We're starting autopsies within the hour.
What about that Sith corpse we retrieved from the warship?
We haven't had a chance to fully examine it, sir. He looks human, but he's fractured in several places.
And keep me posted. Something's wrong here, and I want to know where all those Sith on the warship went. We're still experiencing a problem with the communications array, and now maintenance is telling me there's a cascade failure in the weapons.
Sir, I just picked up an unusual sound from MedLab.
I have come for the Jedi.
What the hell was that?
Sir, I don't know. Communications just got cut.
Send a security team to MedLab, now!
So yeah, things are going bad around here. And there we go, a little bit more XP for finishing off that part of the quest. And you'll find out later that they did a really crummy job of searching the ship. There was a particular droid they didn't find there that would have been of real interest to a person we've already seen in a holo recording. But we'll get to that when we get to it. We've got a ways to go before we reach the Ebon Hawk. Oh look, more assassins. Who would have thought?
More where that came from.
You really don't need to get that close. This blaster does pack quite a punch. I'm quite glad I got it. It would work even better if Kreia would actually stun enemies, but that's alright. I actually kind of prefer not to play my Jedi character, especially in these early parts. It mostly has to do with the fact that microing the force powers is kind of annoying. You know, an ion rifle, I'll probably not use that at any point. By the time we get a rifle specialist, we will be well beyond the point where that base ion rifle will be all that useful. At least I hope we'll be beyond that point. I was gonna say, I could swear there's an ambush in this room. I thought you guys traveled in 4s. Maybe not in this room. We get some credits. Nice to have. Is that it? That might have been it. I don't think the next room is actually useful for anything. Oh, wait. Well, there's the other
More
two
where that came
from. I was like, I thought you traveled in 4s. Well, they do. The other two just hadn't shown up yet. Escape pods. Take my word on it. They don't work. More credits. And I said I was going to check if picking locks actually gave you experience. I will remember it at some point, I swear. This episode is going to be the entirety of the Harbinger, no matter how long it takes. And I think that's kind of going to be what I'm going to do going forward. Instead of worried about time, I'm going to worry more about goals achieved, as it were. This door has been magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. So now we need to go back to that door we looked at earlier. That whole side area right there was purely for loot. You did not need to go that way at all. And in fact, you should probably go that way first to avoid doing unnecessary backtracking. But I always go the other way, except I think in the light side run, which I'll be recording directly after this, I might actually remember to not go this way first. But we'll see. Anyway, this should lead us on to the next portion of the Harbinger. Where, if you would believe it, we're going to find more logs. Alright, that is locked. Okay. So, if I open up character screen, you're at 12,969, 14,255.
I hear you. Pure Bazak.
Okay.
Just say the word.
I totally forgot the number beforehand. Suppose I shouldn't admit that. I suppose I should not admit that at all, but that's alright. I'll check one more time. We'll have plenty of locked things to open, but I am fairly certain you do get XP. And cutscene.
Are you all right?
Hold on, I want to search this room.
We do not have much time. Whatever you intend to do, do it quickly.
We'll do that in a moment. Is the button to open this directly? It's P. So 12,990.
Let me take care of this. Damn thing's stuck.
Really?
Damn thing's stuck.
I was not actually expecting to get a skill too low on a security check, and I don't think I have any way to up that. We get a grip, a data pad, armband. Select your request to report to the Harbinger Medical Bay for routine examination. The routine is automated. Simply insert this data pad to your computer to receive your injections. And that's a free health
I hear
refill,
you.
basically. And now we can equip the armband here. It gives you +1 Constitution, which is phenomenal.
Just say the word.
I don't have the skill? That's... makes me sad. I don't think I've gotten lucky enough to get anything that ups my security skill at this point. Which is just... sadness. How far from a level am I? Not too far. We'll probably actually level up before we get out of this section, so I might come back after a level. See where we're at. Speaking of leveling... Yeah! You'll help with that. Yep.
More where that came from.
That's actually a lot of XP. Each 4-pack of those is worth quite a bit. 10 credits, probably not worth it. And yes, I could in fact use the plasma cutter to open that door if I wanted to. That does, coming this way does spawn these assassins, by the way. But
let's settle this.
Hey, more XP basically. It's not like they're difficult. You'll note their XP value went down the moment the main character gained a level, even though I hadn't even leveled up yet. I will level up, yeah. I was considering not leveling him up yet, but I'm not going to cheese that particular... there's a particular thing you can cheese a little bit using your main character's levels, but I'm not going to worry about it. Restricted by armor. Force barrier is not restricted by armor. It is light side, though. Heal, by the way, is not restricted by armor. It is light side, though, so I am not going to be able to afford to cast that. Like, ever. That being said... Oh, yeah, Force Deflection. I definitely want Force Deflection. That's like, I'm going to have to pick a power somewhere. Yeah, Force Deflection is going to work. I'm gonna go with that.
I hear you.
Now I can deflect blaster bolts as if I were wielding a lightsaber, even though I am not wielding a lightsaber. So, next battle we get into should be enough to get Atton to level. And if you think there's going to be a mirror of the last encounter, if we walk over here and check this corpse, and or let's check either corpse or opening the door. You coming? So if we click the door, it's locked. I'm pretty sure... Yep, there's the ambush.
More where that came from.
Not a difficult encounter. Will it be enough to level up?
Let's settle this.
It was not. We're getting closer. I think it's divided by all of your characters, so basically each battle with a 4 group gets you about 150 XP. So we made it to the medical bay. Chems and credits. Can't complain. That's Salak's Kolto tank. If we needed to heal, we could heal at that station. Let's go ahead and grab some items and look at the medical console. Said administered during routine examination 3.5 days ago. Emergency override enacted. Dosage exceeded safety protocols. During your last medical exam, you administered a delayed sedative that would kill a normal human being. Must be what rendered you unconscious when the Harbinger was taken out. It looks as if someone forgot to lock the treatment request was administered. You still have access to one of the Kolto bays in the area. And we already know which one that is, but let's watch some logs.
Something's wrong. Ever since we picked up that Sith firefight in the region, crewmen haven't been reporting for their shifts, and I can't reach people on the comm. The strange thing is, I keep feeling like someone's watching us here in the ship, but I can't see anyone. I don't like this. Checking the survivor from the Sith vessel. I'm not sure whether he's alive or dead, or what's even keeping him together. His flesh is cracked and scarred, and I'm registering several thousand fractures in his skeleton, as if each bone was splintered repeatedly over time, then put back together. Judging from the scar tissue, I believe these wounds took place before his death. If so, he must have been in constant pain. I have no idea what's been keeping him together. This is the medical officer. The soldiers sent to the medical bay have just died. I don't know where the subject went. I think he's gone to find more of the crew. With him are Sith. They just appeared right out of thin air, like they were wearing stealth generators, but I think they were always on board. When we stopped to pick up that freighter, they must have come on board the Harbinger. I have no idea how many are on the ship. There could be only a few, or as many as 100. And with communications cut off, we can't call for help. I think that thing in the tank was a Sith Lord, alive the whole time, waiting for something to wake him up.
Yeah, so, bad things happened here. In particular, this bad thing happened here. Yeah, good old Jedi and Sith and their suspended animation. And I don't know what drained the water. I assume he did using the Force somehow. And don't think about it too hard. Anyway, there we go. We could now go over there and use that. We don't have any particular reason to do so. Alright, so we've got a droid there. Ooh, Mandalorian melee shield, I like that. Chemicals are useful. So we can reactivate him for 4 repair parts. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And leave it alone. We get 90 XP for 4 repair parts. It's not the most efficient, but it works. And it will now follow us around and heal us, actually. It's really handy, all things considered. especially if you get into a fight that you're not particularly prepared for. Though nothing in this part of the game is particularly difficult, fortunately. I haven't even used my energy shields yet, of which I have quite a few. Is it locked? Does it spawn an encounter on this side? I don't think so. Oh, hello. It's really not good to be in melee combat with a ranged character like this, but you don't have that many
down to size.
options in this small of a facility. That being said, as you can see, our droid there is
This shall not
actually
stop us for long.
going to keep us in pretty good health. The moment the melee characters get into the rumble, it's like, and problem solved. Alright, let's go ahead and level up. We're going to raise security, awareness, stealth. Fantastic. And then while we're here, we'll look at Kreia as well. A little bit in repair because, why not? So she now has a feat that she can grab. I am, like I do with all characters, going to grab the toughness feat because I like toughness. Toughness is like, it's like a D&D. Toughness is one of those feats you could just take. It's never a bad idea to take toughness. Oh, that's right, she's a counselor. She gets 2 powers this level, which means I can give her cure. Kreia, by the way, is always gray. She is never going to switch from exactly between light and dark.
I hear you.
Which I think is absolute malarkey. Yes, I'm going to say malarkey. Oh, God, I just said malarkey. It's not correct. Her being gray, I don't really agree with. But you could take that up with the people who made this game. There's a few threads left dangling in this game, and, well, it is what it is.
Damn thing's stuck.
Alright, well, we're not going to get
What
this
is it?
open. Oops, the way I preferred, so... just as a proof of concept, if we equip the plasma torch, and we go here, and we bash it. It's now open. It's a pity that Atten's skill was too low, but what can you do? Hey, 50 credits. I'd say the breaking and entering is definitely worth it for 50 credits. I actually don't know what the skill level required to open that door is. It's apparently quite high because Atten isn't a slouch when it comes to dexterity, which I assume is the linked stat. I don't actually know for certain. Lab station, in case you want to create anything. I believe we saw a workstation around here as well. Low security door. Pop that open. And find a storage room. Are we going to get ambushed? I like to check first, because sometimes you'll like bash one of these open when you don't mean to, or shoot it or something, and I don't really want to do that because you break stuff when you do that.
Let me take care of this.
These are all locked, and I'm just not watching my XP. 15,147. That's one more of these locked.
Let me take care of this.
15, yeah. Okay. It doesn't get you a lot of XP, but, you know, unlock what you can. You know, the game is pretty good about, you know, getting you a companion that can pick locks early, even if you can't do it yourself, and you don't really miss much. Like, as you saw there, I could backtrack everywhere, and if I had been a little more careful about opening the turbo lift, I would have been able to actually backtrack even to the one I didn't manage to open, or we met the HK droid. Whew.
Time to even the odds.
What is it?
Real quick, buddy.
What is it?
Just say the word.
Equip a better weapon, please. Freya's doing pretty good there unarmed, isn't she? Which is handy. Alright. The droids are all deactivated. We've got a Republic soldier. Droid maintenance log. I don't know whether this new HK-50 droid is a gift or a curse. After the destruction of the previous protocol droid, when it accidentally activated that frag mine, the HK has stepped into its place without a hitch. The problem is, it doesn't take commands very well, and most of the time I have no idea where it's been. There's been reports it's been sighted in the crew quarters, with the captain and maintenance, and even in the med lab of all places. When I ask the droid about it, it gives me a smart-mouth response about facilitating communication. I don't know who commissioned these HK models, but I don't like them. You're not supposed to. Unlike the others, this protocol droid appears to have been purposely sabotaged. 100 free XP! Yay! And we'll come back around here. I think this probably is going to get us into another ambush, but, well, I'm not going to complain if it does. Did it? No. Okay, no problem. So, not really any reason to go that way. Oh, medical droid, our time together was brief, but enjoyable. We are, however, going to lose you in the near future. That tip there is quite true. Close combat does reduce the penalties for ranged combat in melee.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Your bad feeling is going to be replaced by blinding pain if you don't be quiet.
All right, but don't say I didn't warn you. Trust me, when it comes to staying alive, I'm rarely wrong about these things.
Atten has a special ability to sense anything that places him at risk. When he gets a bad feeling, it is recommended you save your game. And we lose influence with Atten. I'm going to lose a lot of influence with my party members. I'm pretty blunt and pretty self-serving, but we'll make up for it. That was your warning, by the way, to save your game in case you didn't loot everything behind you. We are entering a point of no return. However, I already collected everything I needed, and that's not spooky at all.
I have come for the Jedi.
This battle is mine alone. I am not defenseless.
He cannot kill what he cannot see, and power has blinded him long ago. Run! I shall be along shortly.
I don't know where she got that sword, but okay then. Can I talk to you?
What is it? Why are we stopping?
I might talk to them on the light side run, just to see what's going on.
Just say the word.
Alright, come on. No? Can't open it. Fair enough. Yeah, that's where we came from over there. We're now down a party member. Guess what? It doesn't matter.
Pure Pazak.
No more ambushes? Fair enough. Ooh, military suit. Miner's uniform. Military suit. Max damage bonus plus 3, 6 defense. Yeah. I'll wear that. It's not like I'm using my other force powers anyway. Workbench. And we could upgrade that, but let's go ahead and strip you of that. Let's go ahead and look at the military suit. It can take a couple of these. I'm going to grab that one and ballistic shielding. And since we have the droid oxidizer equipped on someone, let's see, massive criticals 2. or 1 to 3 energy. I'm going to go with the always on damage. It's just my style. Pinpoint scope is keen, which is actually quite useful if you're using massive criticals. It adds that nice critical damage modifier, but there you go. So, a couple of upgrades. And since I'm building this character to mainly wear armor and not use a lightsaber, we're pretty good off. Okay. What's in the plasteel cylinder? Ooh, Arcanian energy shield. It's like a normal energy shield, but Arcanian, which is better. Durasteel underlay Mark 1 and an actual vibro blade. Oh, yes please. So 1 through 10 balanced. The difference is that this one is fully upgradable. Now the vibro cutter is still going to be useful for us. Though I am curious, Rhodian blade, what are you? 1 through 6, attribute damage, strength, DC 14, attack modifier +1. It's only a 1 through 6, 20 through 20, so it's balanced. It does have +1 to hit, which will offset a bit of its reduced hit. It does do strength damage. Yeah, sure, we'll equip the Rhodian blade. Why not? It does mean we're going to go backtracking here in just a moment, because I'm going to want to check the upgrades again. Let's go ahead and repair this and open the maintenance door to the ion engines. Fantastic. I don't think it's possible to get here with too few parts to actually open that door. I think one of those chests actually had the parts we needed. I don't think you can soft lock your game here, no matter how much you might try. Let's go over here. Upgrade items. Do I have anything I can put on the vibroblade? I do. +1 slashing damage. Fine. +1 slashing damage. Okay, so there's a nice +2 physical damage. And +1 ion and additional damage to droids. As you can see there, we've actually made that quite a little bit stronger. We've added 1 to 4 damage against droids, and extra 3 damage against pretty much everybody else. Yeah, I approve. Does that unequip you? Why could you not equip it? Requires weapon proficiency and weapon focus. Oh. I was not paying enough attention. You have to go away. It will be fine in the long run. Don't worry about that at all.
I hear you.
We'll get that weapon focus here now that I've got the better blades. I don't know why I haven't picked it up yet. Oh, right, toughness. We're going to have lots of feats to get, especially on that character who is just going to get like a feat every level from being a Sith Lord. No, not every level, like every other. A little bit faster than the Sentinel does. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. Welcome to cutscenes. Alright, we have to actually open the maintenance tunnel to the fuel line. Look out. Yay, 250 XP.
Tell me you're joking. We are not going to cross back into the Paragus facility through the fuel line. That's crazy.
Then stay here and die.
Oh, hell. Better the death you know. I'm right behind you.
I sense you, my master. Faint, weak.
Your senses betray you, as you betrayed me.
After all that's happened, still you live. You are difficult to kill.
For one as limited as you, perhaps. To have fallen so far and learned nothing, that is your failing.
The failure is yours. No longer do your whispers crawl within my skull. No longer do I suffer beneath teachings that weaken us. And now you run in search of the Jedi. They are all dead, save one, and one broken Jedi cannot stop the darkness that is to come.
Perhaps we shall see.
Right.
What's wrong? Are you all right? Damn it, hold on. It's only a little farther. Don't give up on me now. What happened to you?
Nothing. Let's keep moving.
All right, then. If you're sure.
Darkside points gained. You don't say.
Just say the word.
He was a long way behind. Come on, man. Keep up. Yep, so they really don't bother to hide the fact that Kreia is not on the up and up. She is, as stated there in that cutscene, the ex-master of the Sith Lord. Betrayed. Betrayed by a Sith Lord? Never. Alright, but that does get us through the Harbinger. You know what? There's not a lot of Paragus left, so I'm going to finish out all of Paragus.
It's a utility droid. Looks like it's been hit with an ion charge and dumped here.
We may still have a use for you. Follow me. But it may programming spikes and can upgrade items fast. So he's a portable workbench, basically. And he's unhappy. Because I am not a nice person, and that makes him sad. So here we can up his attributes. He's got a pretty good intelligence, pretty good constitution. We're going to up his dexterity there to get it to a nice even number. Alright, here we go. We have played with him once before. Now he's a little bit closer to us in terms of abilities. And we've got some feats. Toughness is always good. Dual wield is actually really good for him as well. I don't care about class skills. I don't care about dual strike. Doesn't really matter. However, as with most people, I'm going to work the toughness line out first. You can come really close to just maxing out his abilities, to be honest. We're going to put the self-sustaining unit on him. That, by the way, gave him bonus feat regenerate vitality points and regeneration of 3. Pretty fantastic, if you ask me. And nothing particularly new here. Alright.
I hear you.
We need to go get rid of that explosive right there. Oh, and we got a concealed stash. A repair kit, Hangar 25 control conduit. Kinda need that. Yep. It's like somebody was intending to fix the damage they'd done to the hangar controls. Here's a hint. Somebody was intending to fix the damage they'd done to the hangar controls. So we've got some enemy droids here. It's nothing particularly worrying. We're going to make...
Where that came from?
Yep. Easy enough. Not all that useful. Wonder if these guys drop things. It kept looking like that thing actually had loot on it, but it did not. Sonic grenade.
More where that came from.
Wow. That sneak attack, though. Easy enough. I was waiting for the explosion that was inevitably going to come from there. The one thing I will say is, your allies are, there it is, really bad about walking into mines in the middle of combat. Really, really bad. You could prevent it by changing their stances, but honestly, the mines, especially in this part of the game, don't do enough damage, so I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, it would have been nice to be able to pick that one up, but we'll live without one mine.
More where that came from.
Sniper shot's doing work. I normally don't use it very much. It's an average mine. We might not be able to pick it up. Oh, we were. That's good. Guess we'll take control of this character for now.
Everyone down!
And with dual blades,
I hear you.
we make short work of pretty much everything. Nothing too important there. And up we go. Shut down the emergency field to the exit wrap. And that will let us get back. Actually, I think we're back where the
More where that came
HK
from.
droid was. Wow. I should probably actually look up what sniper shot does.
Everyone down!
Though I assume a lot of it is just because I'm getting the first shot and I'm getting a sneak attack bonus. Oh, we leveled up again. Nice. So this leads to the docking bay. If we wanted to go to the docking bay, I'll take the level. I don't even want to think about all of the credits I've wasted. I can't not take toughness 2. I know, I really need to grab these. But we can grab that one. That'll max that out. Then I'll have one less thing to worry about. Then we can go through the melee weapon specialization tree. We've got lots of levels. Don't worry about that. We've got lots of levels to fill in. We don't have the next level of these force powers. I am going to grab Force Barrier, even though it's a light side power, because it can be used in armor and it lasts fairly long.
Just say the word.
And we aren't actually using that many force powers at the moment. So as we get more levels and we get further along, we'll be fine. Oh, we can't. No, this isn't where the HK droid was. This is where the this is where we did the trip with the utility droid there. And back to the docking bay here. Before we looted the chest, before we looted that droid. Now there's even more droids behind us for some reason. That did good damage. I must be getting a lot of crits is what's going on. Also, the fact that I keep forgetting that he's using that that anti-droid blaster, which is really effective. So that helps too. And of course, Salik's got the one anti-droid enhancement on his blade as well, which is a significant boost to his ability.
This door's magnetically sealed. I can't believe this. The ship's right out there, and we can't get to it.
Then go to the terminal and open it.
Huh? What is that piece of junk saying?
Droid says he can open the hangar bay by slicing the computer on the ramp above us.
How can you even understand that noise?
Long story, not enough time. Basically, Salik's response to everything. Not enough time. Stop this talking thing. Repair. All those substances were routed to the fuel depot terminal. Looks like the only remaining part of the hangar. Remaining part is the hangar control power conduit. Check the status of the subsystems. Open the blast door. Conduit removed. Yep. Replace it. And there we go. Log out. Yay, 100 XP. Alright. We really have no reason to go backtracking through this part because T3 can do all of his section by himself. No need for us at all. He has
more where that came from.
Enough skills to do whatever he needs to, really. He actually makes a great partner if you're doing like a counselor run or a light side guardian run. He's got lots of skills, makes up for the lack of skills that you're likely to have on those two kinds of runs. As you can see, we are making short work of everything. I probably should have played this at a little higher difficulty for this character build. It is incredibly effective. I believe, though, through the door is the way we actually need to go to move forward. Are we going to? There we go. And since that's the case, we're going to come over here first and take a look around. Oh, an excavator droid Mark II. You're not much of a threat. Why do you have the... Why do you have a cryo beam? I would expect a Mark II fire suppression droid to have that. Well, we are definitely attracting some friends.
More where that came from.
Not doing a very good job of surviving against us, though.
Damn thing's stuck.
It's not stuck. I'm just in combat still. Ooh, components. Useful, but not as useful. The component system, I mean, it takes so many components to make even basic objects that in a lot of ways the component system really isn't all that useful. But we will eventually make use of it. Alright, we're going to turn on solo mode. We're going to try and pick this up without getting into combat. You too, if we can. I don't know how lucky we're going to get with this overall. Did we actually get them all? I think we actually got them all. Nice. Normally I don't get that lucky. Also, should probably turn solo mode off. Let's do that. You know, maybe get our allies down here. Do we need their help? No. We really don't. We kind of got this covered. Droid stabilization routine? What in the world was that? plus 4 demolitions. Cool. You can do lots of things with droids. They're kind of neat. I'll save that one for another droid that we'll encounter a little later. We should be able to get through most of this tunnel fairly safely at this point. And all these average sonic mines are nice to pick up because, well, components, and as you can see there, we get XP when we disarm them as well, as he just leveled up off of the mines. Always pays to use your skills. It really, really does. And there we go.
The word.
And then I think if we look at Atten, I think he's starting to creep a little bit towards light side because he hates us. And because he hates us, he's going to go to the opposite of the alignment that we are. He will not hate us for long. Atten is surprisingly easy to get reputation with. So we're going to go ahead and use our little droid here. We are going to do repair. We are going to open the decontamination chamber. And I'm actually going to spend the spikes to shut down the decontamination, just to show it. I believe it also gets us a little bit more XP as well. And then open the chamber. You can open the chamber without doing this. You just need a couple of breath masks. And log out. Was there any other functions? Oh, the remote camera. I don't think that actually helped. Yeah, there's nothing to it. And hey, we got a level up. We can now equip Class 2 upgrades. You gain a lot of levels in the Peragus facility here, for better and worse. It's a problem that
just
both
say the
games
word
kind of suffered from. The tutorials sections were overly long. But if you have a couple of breath masks, you don't even have to do that part. You can just open the chamber and force your way through. Because your droid, obviously, isn't going to care about poison damage. Fireman underlay and repair kit. Repair kit we're not going to need for quite a while. I think that regeneration unit might only work for... I'm going to check something. Is that a unique upgrade for... Yeah, T3M4. I don't think anyone else can use it. Actually, what that might mean is that we don't have the other droid, and so it might not show it, but I have no actual way to
I hear you.
I don't think. The other ones just aren't limited. Yeah, I think that might be
just say the word.
Limited to T3. Alright, so we have got some containers around here that we're going to try and pick up. And then we're going to have a little bit of a shooting minigame that I am going to deliberately fail because I want to show what happens. But that will take a minute to do. And of course, if I say that I'm going to deliberately fail it, that means I can fail it spectacularly, and you'll all think that it's on purpose. Ion charger marks. That's kind of neat. We can't target that droid from here because it's on the wrong side of the ship from us. Optimized interface is nice to have. The repulsor is niche, whatever. I think it acts like force push. Repair kit's not so useful. And I think we've got one more droid over there, yeah. Note that these droids have a few more hit points than before. Ocean tracker is fine. Adds a little more accuracy. Nothing particularly special with that. Did you drop anything? You did not. Alright. I'm going to drop a quick save here. And then we're going to... actually going to check. We're at 21,624. Anyway. Loading ramp to the Ebon Hawk. Once aboard, you'll be leaving the mining facility for good. Enter the Ebon Hawk. We're done here.
Quick! We're gonna need some time to fire up the engines. Let's give the laser turret a workout.
So here, our goal is to defend the Ebon Hawk. Why? Well, because of these guys. Now, this turret is real slow to pan. Don't worry about the shots being fired, they don't actually do anything, but every time someone gets over here, they get on the ship. As you can see, we now have 2 intruders. We're going to have a lot more. I'm going to fail this spectacularly, just to show you what it does, and why you really want to try a little. That being said, it's not impossibly difficult, but it does give you one of the harder fights that you're going to have at this point in the game. Especially if you haven't gotten lucky with your weapon or armor drops and you're still running a pretty weak crew. Luck does play a factor in this game. Not a lot. There are enough set powerful items in places that you're not going to end up hurting if you don't get lucky drops on weapons. It mostly matters here in Paragus. And even then, this is the entry part of the game, so it's not all that difficult. So I have no idea if shooting these guys gets you XP, or if it's better to shoot them or let them on the ship. Like, are there more guys here than get on your ship? I don't think there are. I think all of these guys actually get on your ship, which is a little unfortunate.
We've got company!
Set the board of the ship. Prepare to repel the boarders, and the worse you do, the more of these there are.
I hear you.
We are going to control Atten, and there's 25, so yeah, I think all of them get on board. And we are not going to be stupid. We are not running into that room. There are now 24 troops. Yeah, there were a few waiting around the corner there for us. As you can see, they are laying a hurt on. They're doing a pretty good job of shooting up Atten. That being said, Atten being shot is not the problem. Atten will get up all on his own. One thing to note, though, is the remains are still there. We have a security system. This will show us our cargo hold, where we can see, you know, we've got a few troops. I think I'm going to fail this mission on both characters regardless. Purely because the chance to get the remains here. You can see here we got a basket, so we got a weapon mod there. I think it's worth it because if you win the minigame, you can't actually shoot these guys. Like, you don't get any loot off of them, you just leave and you've won. And I have flawlessly done that event.
Time to even the
without
odds.
Even trying all that hard. Oh no, hands down. I also need to put you on Jedi support. And Atten's back up. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna aggro these guys. Shoot them. Atten's down again, but I'm not overly worried about it. My droid shock arm might still be better than the...
More where that came from!
Yeah, I think the shock arm's still better than the actual blaster I've got him equipped with, so we'll use that. It seems to be making very short work of the Sith.
More where that came from!
As you can see, these are worth 175 XP each.
More where that came from!
I don't think the XP changes based on whether or not you kill them in person or you kill them on this ship. Or you kill them with the ship, I should say. So, there's still 11 troopers remaining. We're, I mean, you get a lot of XP doing this, don't get me wrong. Workstations can't be used in this event, which is understandable. As I say, are there any remains? Power pulsator. Ooh, neat. You can see here, T3 is pretty beefy. He still at full hit points. Attenaire's taken a bit of a beating. And of course, our main character there is doing pretty well because I got him the ability to deflect blaster bolts. These narrow corridors, however, wreak havoc on our ability to move around. That was Force Scream.
More where that came from!
Force Scream is nice. The fact that it can be used in armor and has a save for half is
I hear you.
Particularly nice to have. I shouldn't level up. I'm going to do it anyway. So let's get Con to 18. I think that's the highest we ever need to get it. I'll probably check between parts, to be honest. And I am out of good force powers to take. So just in case I need it, I'm going to take Effect Mind, because why not? It's more useful than all the rest of my options. There's never really Salic's shtick in the role-playing game, but hey, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, Gamorrean War Axe. Actually a pretty nasty piece of work if I remember correctly.
More where that came from.
So yeah, this is a little bit longer
More where that came from
than the minigame. But I don't know. I kind of like it. We've gotten a couple of good pieces
Time
of loot
to
so
even
far.
the odds.
And the encounter is not all that difficult. Credits real quick here. How good is that Gamorrean War Axe? 2 through 20, not balanced, not upgradable. I'm good. 25 credits, I'll take them. Detonator gloves, I'll take those too, because they are a skill increase. They're good for what you believe demolitions. And here we are with the last set of troopers, which are having a not easy time hitting my little droid buddy. And there we go. All the Sith troopers are defeated, which is going to cut us right into a loading screen.
All right, let's get out of here.
Good thing you arrived now, or we would have left you.
I have no intention of being left behind. Now, let us leave.
Yeah, it's not a good idea to shoot in this asteroid field. It's really, really not a good idea.
If they hit us, we're dead. But if they keep missing us, we're dead. That's great odds. Somebody shut that trash compactor up.
Fire on the asteroids. Maybe the explosion will destroy them.
That'll take out the whole field, the colony, and maybe us. We might not even be able to jump to hyperspace in time.
Then we die here. Choose now.
We don't have any choice. Do it.
Hold on. This is gonna get a little rocky.
And we go to hyperspace.
Well, now that we just killed a planet, maybe one of you can tell me what's going on. Because between assassin droids, a Sith Lord that looks like he sleeps with vibroblades, and being target practice for a Republic warship, I was better off in my cell.
The Republic warship was the Harbinger. It was seized on its way to Telos by the Sith. They sought you, Jedi.
I've heard enough. None of this interests me.
My wound pains me. If you have other questions, find me in the crew quarters. There we will speak more.
Hey, don't stop your long, boring rants on my account. I was just getting sleepy-eyed.
Also in private, we will be mercifully free from the opinions of imbeciles and fools.
Look, not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger, especially with that hand of hers.
I'm sure she can take care of herself.
I think she was barely keeping it together. I'm surprised she's able to stand with all that pain rolling off of her.
She didn't seem in pain to me.
Are you blind? If I were her, I'd be screaming like a stuck Minoc. Well, I mean a very strong, manly Minoc. I think she's just too proud to show any weakness. Especially in front of you.
If it'll shut you up, I'll go check on her. Alright, 1500 XP for that. I'm going to save here in a bit and we'll call it a part. I just wanted to run around here real fast and I think I saw someone leave a corpse behind. And I think when the scene ended, it cleaned up the corpse. Well, that's no fun at all. But anyway, that's going to be it for this part. We will deal with the first part of Telos in the next part. So, until our paths cross again, have fun and stay safe, everyone.